What is going on? Welcome back to the Underdog Investor audio experience. My name is Colin, and today I wanted to take you through a little bit of more of a technical conversation. This is derived from a conversation that we had last night on our accelerator call, which is a small group coaching program that I run. And one of the members in that community, excuse me, he asked me, so how does TVL play a role in how we earn rewards on Aerodrome? So again, this is more of a technical conversation, but I think it's a valuable one to bring to light, especially if you're a DeFi investor providing liquidity either in the Aerodrome ecosystem or in other ecosystems like Orca or Uniswap or PancakeSwap, et cetera, et cetera. And I use a silly metaphor, and so hopefully you can, visualize this through this audio experience. Is I like to think that rewards or fees that we are earning are like a pizza pie, and it's sitting inside of a pizza box on a kitchen table, right? And the TVL are investors who have invested their capital inside of that pool. And so those investors are humans who are sitting around the pizza wanting a slice of that pie. And again, the pizza pie is the rewards, is the fees or rewards that we are earning for providing liquidity. And so as the TVL, as the investors who are standing around that pool are earning those rewards, the TVL or how many people are standing around that pizza matters. And so he's asking a great question about the ins and outs of this is that we're not just looking at how much rewards are we earning inside this pool, or what is the volume in Orca or a Uniswap pool where we're earning fees, the fees that are generated from providing liquidity in those ecosystems. We also have to look at the TVL. We have to look at how many people are standing around that pizza trying to get that slice. Now, to take this a step further, to break this down, the Aerodrome ecosystem, we are earning rewards based on the voting mechanism of that platform. And so we are not directly earning the trading fees like we are on Orca, on the Solana ecosystem, or Uniswap, or CDIS on the SUI ecosystem. We are earning Arrow emissions that are voted upon from the people that have staked their Arrow. And so those Arrow tokens, the native DEX token of Aerodrome, we are earning the emissions on a weekly basis based on the voting. And so let's run an example. We looked at a pool last night that had $20 million in TVL, and we were looking at how much rewards are being distributed for this most recent epoch. And I believe it was like $1.2 million worth of Arrow tokens are being distributed to the investors, to the liquidity providers, um, for that week, right? And I forget what the APR was. Let's say it was 100% APR. I forget what it was, but 100% APR, right? Well, if the TVL changes and the same Arrow emissions were the same from this week to next week, but the TVL shifts, that's going to affect how much rewards we're going to earn, which is going to impact the APR. And so we are looking first and foremost at the trend of the Arrow emissions, yes, but we also have to look at the trend, or more so, what is the TVL and how does that correlate? How does that match up with the rewards we're earning in relation to the APR? Okay, let's use this example, right? So if we're looking at that pool that has 20 million in TVL with one, let's say just keep it simple, 20 million in TVL, 1 million in Arrow tokens that are being distributed for that epoch. If we're looking ahead at the next epoch and we can see that, hey, there's roughly the same amount of Arrow emissions being distributed to the pool, that's great. That checks off a major box that this is a consistently earning pool. Great. But if the TVL shifts, if there is $6 more million in TVL from last week to this week, well, that's equating, using my metaphor, that's like more humans standing around that pizza. The Arrow emissions didn't change week to week, so it's the same size pizza, but now there's six more people standing around the pizza. And so that pizza pie that's being distributed is going to be smaller this week than last week because the TVL rose. Now, if the TVL drops, if the TVL goes from 20 million down to 14 million, it drops by 6 million. Well, now there's less people standing around that pizza, and we're going to be earning more rewards for that week. And so not only are we looking at the Arrow emissions in this case, in this specific example, Arrow emissions, and but we also have to look at the TVL and how those function together to get a predicted APR. So I know this is a little bit of technical, but if you have any questions on this, drop it in the UIG. Would love to support you through this and through how we think about it, and using specifically the Dune Analytics dashboard to see the trends and see the TVL compared to previous epochs, previous weeks, and look at the trend and see, can we predict what this might be for next week? And so Lots of great stuff that we can talk about. If you have any questions at all, drop it in the UIG, give me a tag, and I would love to help you out. So with that being said, we'll see you in the next episode. Peace.